Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Big Screen Energy. I'm your host Harry, and with me is
Big Mike from Big Mike's Real Reviews.
Yep. And before we get started, we wanted to send a shout out to Roger's Review, who's posting this video. But really, before we get started off, we want to take a moment and send our condolences out to Brandon Dortch and other members of the Loaded Snacks crew for all of our loss of London, who unexpectedly passed away this weekend. And it really just hit hard because, again, it was so unexpected. Mike, what are your quick thoughts on London's passing?
Something like this is always a shock. It hits harder, when it's sudden like this. And then, it does kind of make you appreciate what you do have, and not to take anything for granted.
Yeah. So the last thing I really want to say on this is, because I had a couple of people reach out to me, and I've reached out to Brandon, but this just reinforces the fact, if you got people out there that you haven't talked to in a bit and you've been putting it off, reach out and contact your friends, check on them, make sure they're doing okay. And then a bigger thing, if you yourself have been putting off things that you need to do for your health, go on and take care of it.
Yep.
Because right now I'm at a point where I'm seeing too many of my good friends leaving too soon.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be leaving this life until we fulfilled everything that we came here to do.
Yeah, that's why I had to do what I had to do. I lost 135 pounds because doctor was like, "You want to die?" And I was like, "Nah,
no, I'm good.
I'll go ahead and lose some weight."
Yeah, I want to stay in this life.
Yeah.
So while we're staying in this life, we're going to talk about Ne Zha 2. Mike, I'm actually let you really get into this because you did watch the first one. I've not had a chance.
You haven't yet? Come on.
I know, but it's been a crazy week, bro. It's been a busy week. But like I said, you really got into this, so go ahead, run with it.
All right, so let me start. So when you told me we had to screen it, I was like, I never heard of this movie. Let me check it out. I even did a little research. For whatever reason, it never really came to the US and had the popularity, but it made billions everywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's huge worldwide except for here. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, well, I don't want to go into this one blind. I saw it was on Tubi. Yeah, I got to watch some commercials. Let me go ahead and check it out. Checked it out and was like into it. It is kind of, I don't want to say it's a kid's movie because especially the second one has a lot of violence and stuff. But the first one was a little bit more geared towards kids, even though the action was still really good. And the story was good too. It got me like super into it. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm hoping the second one is at least as good as this. Boy, I had no idea. The second one was just like, in my opinion, blew the first one away. And that's not even a bad thing. Like I said, the first one was really good, captured my attention. I was really into the world. I was into the characters. And then going into the second one, seeing the expansion and more action and just like broadening the world, broadening the lore.
Yeah.
I was completely hooked on this now. Like, give me Ne Zha 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go.
Yeah. For sure. Kind of jump in. So it's not that I want to inject real world politics, but you kind of have to. This movie was made in China. The director's name is Jiaozi, and he used their own animation company, Chengdu Coco Cartoons. And yeah, it's worldwide success is unparalleled. And
I think the first one did 2 billion worldwide?
2
billion worldwide. And then people over here didn't even know what it is.
Right. Because like I said, I didn't know about it until the screener came up.
Yeah,
and
I didn't either.
I'm slouching out because I need to watch it. But dare I say, this is probably to them what Harry Potter is to us, because it's a progression that we're seeing. Going by what you know said.
What? That's a good that is a really good comparison. That actually is a really good comparison, especially You need to really watch the first because, like I said, the first one was a little bit more toned down. Like with Harry Potter. Remember, as they progressed and got
It got
older,
darker
the
and
movies got more mature and
yeah,
darker.
yeah,
So yeah, that was a very good comparison. Yes, it was kind of like Harry Potter.
right. And I can tell you like this: one of the things I was most impressed about going into this screening was the same way black and brown people showed up for Sinners when we went to go see Sinners.
Yes.
The Asian population showed up
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
we were the minority definitely in that theater. It
Yeah,
was a
it was
couple of
packed.
black people, a couple of white people, and a whole bunch of Asian folks, and that was great.
It
That was
was
great.
packed. Now the funny thing is, now I'm used to sometimes going to screeners and they're somewhat full because sometimes depending on where we go see them, it's a mix of press and the regular crowd. But this
Yes.
is one of those times where no, it's like every seat was filled. It's like if
Hmm.
you didn't have a seat, they're coming along asking people to move over because we got more people to get in here.
Yep.
That, in my opinion, is rare for screeners.
Yeah.
I mean, even some of the most mainstream of things, it's pretty rare. But this was a very impressive movie as far as the story, as far as the animation,
Hmm.
and what I really liked. Now, initially, here's the thing, and here's a bigger reason why, if you've not seen the first one, like myself, you need to watch it because the way it starts, it's literally picking up.
100%.
Right? It's like, okay, wait, what's going on? This thing is happening as soon as the movie starts.
Because
Right?
remember, I told you
Mhm.
in my head when the second one started, in my head, I'm like, I am so glad I watched the first one. I said
Yeah.
in my head, I was like, because I would be lost right
Lost.
now.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing was, there were a lot of good characters, and here's a bigger thing. It's not it's not like Game of Thrones where don't get too attached to characters because they might not make it.
Right.
This is a thing of don't get too attached or too for or against certain characters because a lot of character stances change
Yes.
several times throughout the course of the movie.
The progression. Yes.
Right. There's a whole lot of progression.
But also like the
Yeah.
conflict, you can even see like conflict of conscience a lot with various characters. Like you said, either they're one side, go to the other side, or even flip flop, or they just constantly having a conflict of conscience. It's like, but that's reality.
Yeah.
Reality is when you learn things as you progress, you're like, man, and then you still have a dilemma where it's like, I really need to think on this, what's right and what's wrong. And like
Right.
that was a huge part of it too.
Right. Because we again, after watching so many movies, especially American made, it's like, okay, well, this is the bad guy.
Yes.
No.
Black and white, cut and dry.
Right. But no, it's like, okay, well, this bad guy had a thing happen and all of a sudden he's changing.
Right.
And then there's this one character, well, they're the wisest character of them all, and he's going to fix everything. No, that character was the biggest devil. Like,
right, because see, and that's the entire point actually of Ne Zha, because even in the first one, it's explained that so him and Ah Bing, like how they were born,
right,
they were kind of like yin and yang, right?
Right.
So Ne Zha was supposed to be, well, he is technically a demon, right? And he was supposed to be pure evil and bad. His parents were like, when he was, because they were still born to parents, but they were supposed to be like this embodiment, right, of these spirits. But his parents were like, we don't care what he is, we're gonna love and nurture him.
Regardless.
Right? So with them loving and nurturing him, and even he got to the point where he's like, I don't care what I'm supposed to be. He was like, screw destiny. I'm gonna be who I want to be.
Right. It was a matter.
So that's also a huge, like, if you think about it, that's a very good concept. It's like, I'm not going to be what everyone thinks I am, what everyone just assumes I'm going to be because of A, B, or C. I'm going to choose my own path.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me otherwise.
Right. And that's something that you don't get out of even a lot of American films. You know, it's like a lot of you know, here's the thing. Let's say this. Superman, for as good as it was, while it had conflicts of character, those characters weren't going to change.
No.
Nothing was going to happen to give Lex Luthor a change of heart. Nothing was going to change to make Superman self-doubt whatever it is he was supposed to do. Well, you had those points, I think it's safe to spoil it now because it's been out for over a month.
And now it's on
And
streaming. So
right when Superman found out Kal-El, let's call the dude by his Kryptonian government name. When Kal-El found out that his parents sent him there to conquer the planet, he's like, "Yeah, damn that! I'm still going to be who I am."
right, exactly.
There was never a conflict about, you know what? Should I do it just because I can? Because the only time he really did have that conflict was when Lois was grilling him about interfering with other governments.
Right. But his only conflict, like you said, even with him finding that out, his conflict was just because he thought he was sent here for a certain it wasn't like maybe I should do this. It was just
Right.
like a blow that he thought that his parents were a certain way and they weren't.
Right, because just the same thing coming back here. That was the same thing with Ne Zha. It's like, again, it's like he was stereotyped to do a certain thing, but he was like, well, I'm just trying to do what I could get by. Because we got to remember that during the point where he was doing the trials,
Yeah.
he wanted so much to impress everybody, but he was doing certain things to help him get by. And even though he knew it was wrong, he's like, I'm still trying to use my ability to help others, mainly my parents.
Yeah.
But
that was the thing. The whole thing was he was trying to save his village.
Right. So with that, was there anything about the movie that you didn't like?
I think certain parts of the movie did drag a bit because for an animated feature, this was a long movie. It was almost 2.5 hours.
Yes.
So I do believe probably about 15 minutes could have been cut out of this movie. But other than that, I loved it.
I agree, because I feel like the pacing was well, but towards the end of the movie, you start to get to that point where
they could have cut some of it.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's tone this down. We're done. Let's get to the boss fight. Okay, we got into the boss fight.
Yep.
And let's get to the big boss. Oh, wait a minute.
There were several boss fights. Let's be honest.
Okay.
It was boss fight. It was like first boss, mini boss, big. You know what I mean? Like it was several boss fights.
Big boss form 1.
Yeah.
and another thing, not that it was hit or miss, but I think these things are always hard. Sometimes it's hard watching things that are dubbed.
Yes. I'm all like, the sub guy, right?
Yeah.
But when you get a dub that's this good, I'm okay with it.
Right.
That's my problem with a lot of dubs. A lot of dubs just don't sound good. I mean, they sound silly.
Right.
So that's my problem with a lot of dubs. This dub was treated very well and like acted perfectly.
This is one of the very few foreign films I would have loved to hear how it sounded in the original Mandarin.
Yes.
So, but we're going to wrap up from here. This movie releases on the 22nd, so by the time this goes up, it should be out. It should be coming out. If not, it should already be out. Definitely recommend seeing this if you're interested in this film.
100%. And you gotta watch the first one first.
Watch the first one, please.
I can't stress that enough.
Right.
They do not hold your hand.
No.
There's no exposition. This starts exactly where the first one left off, and it just keeps going with the story. Like it just assumes that you already saw everything. Story,
but if you want everything,
do
your homework.
Yeah, please do.
Do your homework. So again, for myself and Mike, and thanks to the Rogers Review for getting us in on this. We will be back another time with more movies. Wow.